All children, except for one, grow up.
All children,
except one,
grow up.
They soon know that they'll grow up, and the way Wendy knew was this.
One day, when she was 2 years old, she was playing in a garden, and she plucked another flower and ran with it.
I suppose she must have looked rather delightful, for Mrs. Darling put her hands to her heart and cried, "Oh, why can't you remain like this forever?"
This was all that passed between them on the subject.
But henceforth, Wendy knew that she must grow up.
You always know after you are 2.
2 is the beginning of the end.
I won't go to bed, Nana. I won't. It isn't 6 o'clock yet. Oh dear. I shan't love you anymore, Nana. I tell you, I won't be bathed. I won't.
little less noise there.
Oh, John, you sound just like Father.
I am happy to inform you, Mrs. Darling, that you are now a mother.
Oh, happy day. I shall call her Wendy.
I said I am even happier to inform you, Mrs. Darling, that you are now the mother of a male child as well.
Sweet little John.
May I be born also?
No, we don't want any more.
Nobody wants me.
I do. I so want a third child.
Boy or girl?
Boy. Why, what is the matter, Father dear?
Matter? This tie? It will not tie. Not round my neck. Round the bedpost. Yes, 20 times I've made it up round the bedpost, but round my neck, no. Oh dear, no. It begs to be excused.
Now, George.
I warn you of this, Mother, that unless this tie is not tied round my neck, we don't go out to dinner tonight. And if we don't go out to dinner tonight, I never go to the office again. And if I never go to the office again, you and I will starve, and our children will be flung out into the streets.
Let me try, dear.
Thank you, love. Now, where is my littlest boy? As you told Nana, you have covered my trousers with hairs.
I'm sure she didn't mean to, Father.
Not only are these new trousers, but they are the first I have ever had with braid on them.
There, George, just hold still.
Sometimes I think it was a mistake to have a dog for a nurse.
George, Nana is a treasure.
No doubt, but I have an uneasy feeling at times that she looks upon the children as puppies.
Oh no, dear one. I feel sure she knows they have souls.
I wonder.
George dear, never mind that. I've been wanting to show you something peculiar. I believe that while they sleep, our children have been receiving an uninvited visitor.
What nonsense you talk, Precious. No one can get into the house without knocking.
I think he comes in by the window.
My love, it is 3 floors up.
I know, George, but last week Nana returned from her evening out and sprang at a strange boy who simply leapt through the window. Nana closed it quickly, but too late to catch him. But his shadow had no time to get out. Slam went the window and it snapped off.
Let us have a look then.
You may be sure I examined it carefully, but it is quite the ordinary kind.
It is no one I know. But it does look a scoundrel.
I don't want any medicine, Nana.
Be a man, Michael.
Won't.
Michael, when I was your age, I took medicine without a murmur. I said, "Thank you, kind parents, for giving me bottles to make me well."
That medicine you sometimes take, Father, is much nastier, isn't it?
Ever so much nastier. And I would take it now as an example to you, Michael, if I hadn't lost the bottle.
I know where it is, Father. I'll bring it.
John, it's that most beastly stuff. It's that nasty, sticky, sweet kind.
It will soon be over, Father.
I have been as quick as I could.
You have been wonderfully quick. Michael first.
Father first.
I shall be sick, you know.
Come on, Father.
Hold your tongue, John.
I thought you took it quite easily, Father.
That is not the point. The point is that there is more in my glass than a Michael's spoon, and it isn't fair. I shall say it as with my last breath, it isn't fair.
Father, I'm waiting.
It is all well to say you are waiting, so am I waiting.
Father's a cowardly custard.
So you are a cowardly custard.
I'm not frightened.
Neither am I frightened.
Well then, take it.
Well, then you take it.
Why not both take it at the same time?
Splendid idea. Are you ready, Michael?
1, 2, 3.
Not fair!
Bad form.
Oh, Father.
What do you mean by, oh, Father? I meant to take it, but I missed it. Look here, all of you. I've thought of a splendid joke. I shall pour my medicine into Nana's bowl, and she will drink it, thinking it is milk. What fun. Oh, Nana, good dog. I put a little milk into your bowl, Nana.
George, it's your medicine!
It was only a joke. Much good my wearing myself to the bone trying to be funny in this house. Oh, that's right, coddler. Nobody ever coddles me. Oh, dear no. I'm only the breadwinner. Why should I ever be coddled? Why?
George, not so loud. The servants will hear you.
Let them bring in the whole world, but I refuse to allow that dog to lord it in my nursery for an hour longer.
Father, no!
In vain. The proper place for you is the yard, and that is where you go to be tied up this instant.
George, remember what I told you about that strange boy?
My mind is made up. There can only be one master in this house.
Nana is unhappy. Listen to her bark.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because he's chaining her up in the yard.
That is not Nana's unhappy bark. That is a bark when she smells danger. Are you sure, Wendy? Oh, yes. Oh, I wish I wasn't going to a party tonight.
Can anything harm us, Mother, after the night lights are lit?
Nothing precious. They are the eyes a mother leaves behind to watch her children.
Mother, I'm glad of you.
Tinkerbell? Tink, where are you? Oh, do come out of that jug and tell me, do you know where they put my shadow? In the big box. Oh. What's your name?
Wendy, Moira, Angela, darling. What is your name?
Peter Pan.
Is that all?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Where do you live?
Second to the right, and then straight on until morning.
What a funny address.
No, it isn't.
I mean, is that what they put on the letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother gets letters.
Don't have a mother.
Oh, Peter, no wonder you were crying.
Wasn't crying about mothers. I was crying because I can't get my shadow to stick on. Besides, I wasn't crying.
It has come off.
Yes.
How awful. Did you try to stick it on with soap?
Why shouldn't it?
How exactly like a boy. It must be sewn on.
What's sewn?
You're dreadfully ignorant.
No, I'm not.
I shall sew it on for you, my little man. I dare say it will hurt a little.
I shan't cry. You did a little.
A little. If I am no use, I can at least withdraw.
Wendy, don't withdraw. I can't help crowing, Wendy, when I'm pleased with myself. Wendy. Wendy, one girl is more use than 20 boys.
You really think so, Peter?
Yes, I do.
I think that's perfectly sweet of you, and I'll get up again. I shall give you a kiss, if you like. Surely you know what a kiss is.
I shall know when you give it to me. Now, shall I give you a kiss?
If you please.
Okay.
I shall wear your kiss on this chain around my neck. How old are you?
I don't know, but I'm quite young. Wendy, I ran away the day I was born. It's because I heard Father and Mother talking about what I was to be when I became a man. I don't want ever to be a man. I want always to be a little boy and to have fun, so I ran away to Kensington Gardens and lived a long, long time among the fairies.
Oh, Peter, tell me everything about the fairies.
You see, Wendy, when the first baby laughed for the first time, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces and they all went skipping about, and that was the beginning of fairies. So there ought to be one fairy for every boy and girl.
Ought to be, isn't there?
No. You see, children know such a lot now. They soon don't believe in fairies. And every time a child says, I don't believe in fairies, there's a fairy somewhere that falls down dead. Can't think where Tink has gone to. Tink!
Peter, you don't mean to tell me that there's a fairy in this room?
She was here just now. You don't hear her, do you?
The only sound I hear is like a tinkle of bells.
Well, that's Tink. That's the fairy language. I think I hear her too. Oh, Wendy. I do believe I've shut her up in the drawer. You shouldn't say such things, Tink. Of course, I'm very sorry, but how can I know you were shut up in the drawer?
Oh, Peter, if she would only stand still and let me see her.
Tink, this lady says she wishes you were her fairy.
What does she say, Peter?
She's not very polite. She says you are a great ugly girl and that she is my fairy. You know you can't be my fairy, Tink, because I am a gentleman and you are a lady. She's quite a common fairy. She's called Tinkerbell because she mends the pots and kettles.
If you don't live in Kensington Gardens now.
Sometimes I do, still.
But where do you live mostly now?
With the Lost Boys.
Who are they?
They're the children who fall out of their perambulators when the nurse is looking the other way. If they're not claimed in 7 days, then they're sent far away to the Neverland to defray expenses. I'm captain.
What fun it must be!
Yes, but we're rather lonely. You see, we have no female companionship.
None of the others girls?
Oh no. Girls you know are much too clever to fall out of their prams.
I think it's perfectly lovely the way you talk about girls. John there just despises us.
Whoa!
How forward for our first meeting, Peter! You are not the captain in my house. But I know that you meant to be kind, so you may give me a kiss.
Thought you would want it back.
Oh dear, I don't mean a kiss, I mean a thimble.
What's that?
It's like this.
Funny. Now shall I give you a thimble?
If you wish to.
What is it, Wendy?
It was exactly as if someone were pulling my hair.
It must have been Tink. I never knew her to be so naughty before. She says she will do that to you, Wendy, every time I give you a thimble.
But why?
Why, Tink?
Peter, did you come to the nursery window to see me?
Oh no, just to listen to stories.
I see.
I don't know any stories. None of the Lost Boys knows any stories.
How perfectly awful.
Oh, Wendy, your mother was telling you such a lovely story.
Which story was it?
About the prince who couldn't find the lady who wore the glass slipper.
Peter, that was Cinderella. And he found her, and they lived happily ever after.
Oh.
Where are you going?
To tell the other boys.
Don't go, Peter. I know such lots of stories. Oh, the stories I could tell to the boys. Let me go!
Oh, Wendy, do come with me and tell the other boys.
Oh dear, I can't. Think of Mummy. Besides, I can't fly.
I'll teach you.
Oh, how lovely to fly.
I'll teach you how to jump on the wind's back, and then away we go.
Oh.
Wendy, when you were sleeping in your silly bed, you might be flying about with me, saying funny things to the stars.
Oh.
And Wendy, there are mermaids.
Mermaids with tails?
Such long tails.
Oh, to see a mermaid.
Wendy, how we should all respect you.
Oh.
Wendy, you could tuck us in at night.
Oh.
None of us has ever been tucked in at night.
Oh.
And you could darn our clothes and make pockets for us. None of us has ever had any pockets.
Of course, it's awfully fascinating. Peter, would you teach John and Michael to fly too?
If you like.
Wake up! Peter Pan has come, and he is to teach us to fly.
Well, then I shall get up. And there I am up. Out with the light! Hide, quick!
There, you suspicious brute. They are perfectly safe, aren't they? Every one of the little angels sound asleep in bed. Listen to their gentle breathing. No more of it, Nana. I warn you, if you bark again, I shall go straight for Master and Mrs. and bring them home from the party. And then, oh, won't Master whip you just?
It's alright, it's alright. I say, can you really fly?
How topping!
How sweet.
Oh, yes, I'm sweet. Oh, I am sweet.
I say, how do you do it?
You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts, and then they lift you up in the air.
Oh.
You're so nippy at it. Couldn't you do it a bit more slowly? Okay, Wendy, I think I've got it. I've got it. Here I go!
Oh. And you must also have the fairy dust blown on you. Now, just wiggle your shoulders this way and let go.
I flew!
Oh, lovely.
Oh, ripping!
Look at me!
Look at me!
Look at me.
I say, shouldn't we all go round?
How long will it take me to do 1 billion miles?
Surely it's safer here in the nursery.
Mermaids, Wendy.
Oh.
And there are pirates.
Pirates? Let us go at once!
It was just at this moment that Mr. and Mrs. Darling ran up to the nursery with Nana.
They ran to the middle of the street to look up at the nursery window.
The room was ablaze with light. They could see a shadow on the curtain. 3 little figures circling round and round.
Not on the floor, but in the air.
Not 3 figures, 4.
In a tremble, they opened the street door.
Mr. Darling would have rushed upstairs.
But Mrs. Darling signed him to go softly.
She She even tried to make her heart go softly.
Will they reach the nursery in time?
If so, how delightful for them, and we shall all breathe a sigh of relief.
But
There will be no story.
The little stars are watching them, you see.
Stars were so fond of fun, but they were on Peter's side tonight.
And anxious to get the grown-up side of the way.
Together, they blew the window open, and Peter knew.
There's not a moment to lose. Come away!
With that, Peter bounded through the window and soared out into the night.
I say, how many days have we been flying?
Where are we going, Wendy?
Second to the right and straight on till morning.
Really? I dare say that Peter says anything that comes into his head.
Do be more polite to him, John.
Oh, well then tell him to stop showing off.
You must be nice to him. What could we do if he were to leave us?
We could go back.
How could we ever find our way back without him?
Well then, we could go on.
That is the awful thing, John. We should have to go on, but we don't know how to stop.
Well, if the worst came to the worst, all we would have to do is just go straight on. For the world is round, you see. And so in time, we'll be back on our own window.
And who is to get food for us, John?
I need to bit out of that eagle's mouth pretty neatly, Wendy.
After the 20th try, and even though we became good at picking up food, see how we bump against clouds and things when he is not near to give us a hand.
Here he comes!
Good day!
Hello, Peter.
Hello to you too.
I'm Wendy.
I say Wendy. Always if you see me forgetting you, just keep on saying, I'm Wendy, and then I'll remember.
Well, that's rather unsatisfactory.
There it is!
There what is?
The Neverland!
Where?
Where all the sun's arrows are pointing?
It's just as I always imagined. John, there's the lagoon.
I say, John, I see a flamingo with a broken leg.
Look, Michael, there's your cave!
There's my boat, John, with her side stove in.
No, it isn't. Why, we burned your boat.
John, I see the smoke of the native camp.
Where? Show me, and I'll tell you by the way the smoke curls whether they are on the warpath or not.
There, just across the mysterious river.
I see them. Yes, they are on the warpath, right enough.
They don't want us to land.
Who are they?
Would you like an adventure now? Or would you like to have your tea first?
Tea first.
What kind of adventure?
There's a pirate asleep in the pampas just beneath us. If you like, we'll go down and kill him.
I don't see him.
I do.
Suppose he were to, wake up?
You don't think I would kill him while he was sleeping? I would wake him first and then kill him. That's the way I always do.
I say, do you kill many?
Tons.
Oh, how, ribbon?
Well?
You know, let's have tea first.
Are there many pirates on the island just now?
I've never known so many.
Who's captain now?
Hook.
James Hook.
Aye?
He was Blackbeard's bosun. He's the worst of them all. He's the only man of whom Long John Silver was afraid.
That's him.
What's he like? Is he big?
He's not so big as he was.
What do you mean?
Cut off a bit of him.
You?
Yes, me.
Oh, I wasn't meaning to be disrespectful.
Oh, all right.
But I say, what bit?
His right hand.
So he can't fight anymore?
Oh, can he just?
Oh, left-hander.
He has an iron hook instead of a right hand, and he claws with it.
Claws?
I say, John.
Yes?
Say aye, aye, sir.
Aye, aye, sir.
There's one thing that every boy who serves under me has to promise, and so must you. It is this. If we meet Hook in open fight, you must leave him to me.
Oh, I promise.
Tink tells me the pirate sighted us before the darkness came and got Long Tom out.
The big gun?
Yes. And of course they must see your light, and if they guess we are near it, they're sure to let fly.
Wendy!
John!
Michael, tell her to go away at once, Peter.
She thinks we have lost the way and she is rather frightened. You don't think I would send her away all by herself when she is frightened?
Then tell her to put out her light.
She can't put it out. It's the only thing fairies can't do. It just goes out itself when she falls asleep, same as the stars.
Well then tell her to go to sleep at once.
She can't sleep except when she's sleepy. It is the other only thing fairies can't do.
Oh, well it seems to me that only two things worth doing. Ow! What?
What's that sound?
That's the wild beast drinking at the river.
What's that sound?
That's the natives sharpening their knives.
If only something would make a sound.
Michael, are you shot?
I haven't tried to breathe yet. Where's Wendy?
The blast from the long tom must have scattered her and Peter away.
What shall we do?
Well, I suppose we must make our way to the Neverland ourselves.
Of all delectable islands, Neverland is the snuggest
and most compact. Not large and sprawly,
but nicely crammed.
When you play at it by day with the chairs and tablecloth, it is not in the least alarming. But in the 2 minutes before you go to sleep, it becomes very real.
That's why there are nightlights. On these magic shores, children at play are forever beaching their little boats.
We too have been there.
We can still hear the sounds of the surf,
though we shall land no more.
I do wish Peter would come back.
Me too. I am the only one who is not afraid of pirates. But I wish he would come back and tell us whether he's heard any more about Cinderella.
I am confident that my mother must have been very like her.
Tootles! Peter has strictly forbidden any talk on the subject of mothers.
But where is Peter?
All I remember about my mother is that she often said to my father, "Oh, how I wish I had a checkbook of my own." I don't know what a checkbook is, but I should just love to give my mother one. Yo-ho, yo-ho.
The pirate's life.
The flag of skull and bone.
A merry hour of hemp and rope and hay to Davy Jones.
Captain! Let go!
Put back that pistol first.
It was one of those boys you hate. I could have shot him dead.
Aye, and the sound would have brought Tiger Lily's warriors upon us. Do you want to lose your scalp?
Shall I after him, Captain, and tickle him with Johnny Corkscrew? Johnny's a silent fellow.
Not now, Smee. He's only one, and I want to mischief all the seven. Scatter! Look for them. Most of all, I want the captain, Peter Pan. Twisty cut off my arm. It is wrong to shake his hands with this. Oh, I'll tear him!
And yet, I have often heard you say that a hook is worth a score of hands for combing the hair and other homely uses.
If I was a mother, I would choose to have my children born with this instead of that. But Peter flung my arm to a crocodile that happened to be passing by.
I have often noticed your strange dread of crocodiles.
Of crocodiles, of that one crocodile. It liked my arm so much, Smee, that it has followed me ever since, from sea to sea and from land to land, licking its lips for the rest of me.
In a way, it's sort of a compliment.
I want no such compliments. I want Peter Pan, who first gave that brute its taste for me. Smee, that crocodile would have had me before this. But, by lucky chance, it swallowed a cork which goes tick, tick inside of it. And so, before it can reach me, I hear the tick and bolt.
One day, the clock will run down, and then he'll get you.
Aye. That is the real that haunts me. Smee.
Aye, Captain?
The secret's hot. Hot Bob's hammer and tongs are burning. Chew me.
Did you hear them say Peter Pan's away from home? Unrip your plan, Captain!
To return to the ship and cook a large, rich cake of jolly thickness with green sugar on it. We will place it on the shore of the Mermaid's Lagoon. The boys are always swimming about there, playing with the mermaids. They will find the cake, and they will gobble it up, because having no mother, they don't know how dangerous it is to eat rich, damp cake! Ah ha ha! Ah ha!
They will die.
It is the wickedest, prettiest policy I have ever heard of.
I have seen a wonderful thing. A great white bird. It is flying this way.
What kind of bird do you think?
I don't know. But it looks so weary. And as it flies, it moans, "Poor Wendy." Poor Wendy?
I remember. There are birds called Wendy's.
Hello, Tink.
Peter wants us to shoot the Wendy?
Well then, we must do as Peter wishes. Quick, bows and arrows.
Out of the way, Tink. You are all too late. I have shot the Wendy. Peter will be so pleased with me.
This is no bird. I think this is a lady.
A lady?
And we have killed her!
Now I see. Peter was bringing her to us.
A lady to take care of us at last.
And you have killed her. I did it. When ladies used to come to me in my dreams, I said, pretty mother, but at last, when she really came, I shot her!
Don't go.
I must. I am so afraid of Peter.
Peter!
Greetings, boys. I'm back. Why do you not cheer? Great news, boys. I've brought at last a mother for you all. Have you not seen her? She flew this way.
Ah, me.
Oh, a mournful day.
Peter, I will show her to you. Back, twins. Let Peter see.
She's dead. Perhaps she's frightened at being dead. Whose arrow?
Mine, Peter.
Oh, dastard hand!
Strike, Peter, strike true!
Cannot strike. Something stays my hand.
It is she! The Wendy lady. See? Her arm! I think she said, "Poor Tootles."
She lives.
The Wendy lady lives!
See, the arrow struck against this. It's the kiss I gave her. It saved her life.
I remember kisses. Let me see that. Aye, that's a kiss.
Listen to Tink. She is crying because the Wendy lives.
It's all Tink's fault, Peter.
She told us that she wanted us to shoot the Wendy bird.
Listen, Tinkerbell. I'm your friend no more. Be gone from me forever. Well, not forever, but for a whole week.
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
My name's John.
Is Wendy asleep?
Yes.
Oh, John, let us wake her and get her to make supper for us.
Silence! Curly, see that these boys assist this lady in any way that she might require.
Aye, aye, sir.
Wendy? Why, she's only a girl.
That is why we are her servants.
You? Wendy's servants?
Yes, and you also. Sightly, fetch a doctor.
Aye, aye.
Please, sir. Are you a doctor?
Yes, my little man.
Please, sir. The lady lies very ill.
Where does she lie?
In yonder glade?
I will put a glass thing in her mouth.
How is she?
This has cured her.
I'm glad.
I will call again in the evening. Make sure to give her beef tea out of a cup with this little spout in it.
Where am I?
Wendy, lady, for you we have long waited.
And we are your children.
Oh, Wendy lady, be our mother.
Ought I? Of course, it's frightfully fascinating. But you see, I'm only a little girl. I have no real experience.
That doesn't matter. What we need is just a nice, motherly person.
Oh dear. You see, I feel that is exactly what I am.
It is.
It is. We saw it at once.
Very well. I will do my best. Come inside at once, you naughty children. I am sure your feet are damp. And before I put you to bed, I have just time to finish the story of Cinderella.
Shut your eyes. And if you are a lucky one, you may see at times a shapeless pool of lovely pale colors suspended in the darkness.
Then, if you squeeze your eyes tighter, the pool begins to take shape.
And the colors become so vivid that with another squeeze they must go on fire.
But before they go on fire, you see the lagoon.
This is the nearest you ever get to it on the mainland.
Just one heavenly moment.
If there could be 2 moments, you might see the surf.
And hear the mermaids singing. Dear mother, may I please have another swim?
Now slightly. You know it is my duty as your mother to ensure that you rest for half an hour after your midday meal.
You never let us swim when we want to, Mother.
Michael, surely you know I'm not your real mother.
Then who is?
I dare say that I once knew your real mother, Michael.
Oh dear. John, Michael, I do think it is time for another examination.
Oh, this is awfully interesting.
Are you ready?
Yes!
Very well. Question 1. What was the colour of Mother's eyes? Question 2. Which was taller, father or mother? Question 3. Was Mother blonde or brunette? Answer all 3 questions if possible.
What do I do if I can't answer one of the questions?
If you must, just make a cross. Now, for the essay question, write an essay of not less than 40 words on how I spent my last holidays, or the characters of father and mother compared. Only one of these to be attempted.
Oh, Miss Wendy.
Yes, slightly.
May I share my essay with the class? I am ever so certain that I shall make the highest marks.
I suppose you may.
How have I spent my last holidays? On my last holidays, Mother and Father took me to a great white beach with lots and lots and lots of white sand and lots and lots and lots of seashells. And the beach was also full of flamingos. Lots and lots and lots and lots of pink flamingos. And we rode the flamingos up and down the beach. Except sometimes we took turns and the flamingos rode us. And
Oh, slightly.
I thought that's what one does on holidays.
Pirates! Dive!
Left, you lubber! Now, here's the rock. What we have to do is hoist the girl onto it and let her drown.
Ahoy there, you lubbers!
The captain! We are putting the captive on the rock.
Set her free!
Free?
Yes, cut her bonds and let her go.
This is queer.
At once, do you hear? Or I'll plunge my hook in you.
Aye, aye.
Boat ahoy! Boat ahoy!
Captain, is all well? He sighs. He sighs again. And yet a third time he sighs.
The game is up! Those boys have found a mother.
Oh, evil day.
Behold, I have placed this cake in one cunning spot after another. But always the mother snatches it from the hands of her children, and so in time it has lost its succulence and has become as hard as a stone.
What's up, Mother?
He doesn't know.
What was that?
I heard nothing.
See, that is a mother. What a lesson! The nest must have fallen into the water. But would the mother desert her eggs? No.
If she is a mother, perhaps she's hanging about to help Peter.
Aye. That is a fear that haunts me.
Captain, could we not kidnap these boys' mother and make her our mother?
It is a princely scheme. We will seize the children and carry them to the boat. The boys we will make walk the plank, and Wendy shall be our mother.
Never.
What was that?
Must have been a leaf in the wind.
Do you agree, my bullies?
There's my hand on it.
And mine.
And there is my hook. Swear?
We swear.
Where is Tiger Lily?
That's all right, Captain. We let her go.
Let her go?
'Twas your own orders.
You were calling out to us over the water to let her go.
Brimstone and gold. What cosmic is going on here? Lads! I never gave such order.
It is passing queer.
Spirit that haunts this dark lagoon! Dost thou hear me?
Odds bobs, hammer and tongs, I hear you.
Who are you, stranger? Speak!
I'm James Hook, captain of the Jolly Roger.
You are not. You are not!
Brimstone and gall. Say that again and I'll cast anchor in you.
If you are James Hook, come tell me, who am I?
A codfish. Only a codfish.
Codfish.
Have we been captained all this time by a codfish?
Hook! Have you another voice?
I have.
And another name?
Aye.
Vegetable?
No.
Mineral?
No.
Animal?
Yes.
Man?
No.
Boy?
Yes.
Ordinary boy?
No.
Wonderful boy?
Yes.
Are you in England?
No.
Are you here?
Yes.
You ask him some questions.
Can't guess, can't guess. Do you give it up?
Yes, yes.
Well then. I am Peter Pan.
Pan!
Now we have him! Into the water, Smee! Starkey, mind the boat! Take him dead or alive.
Are you ready, boys? Aye. Then lam into the pirates. Not fair!
Peter?
They must be swimming back or flying.
Yes, they must be. We will be late for bed. And to think, it was all Mother Wendy's fault.
Help! Help!
You're on the rock, Wendy, but it's growing smaller. Soon the water will be over it.
We must go.
Yes.
Shall we swim or fly, Peter?
Do you think you could swim or fly as far as the island, Wendy? Without my help?
I'm too tired, Peter. What is it?
I can't help you, Wendy. Hook wounded me. I can neither fly nor swim.
Do you mean we shall both be drowned?
Look how the water is rising. Michael's kite. It lifted Michael off the ground? Why should it not carry you as well?
Both of us.
Can't lift two. Michael and Curly tried.
We must draw straws.
You, a lady, never. Goodbye, Wendy.
The rock was very small now.
And by, there was to be heard a sound at once the most musical and the most melancholy in the world.
The mermaids calling to the moon.
Peter was not like other boys, but he was afraid at last.
A tremor ran through him, like a shudder passing over the sea. But on the sea, one shudder follows another until there are hundreds of them.
Next moment, he was standing erect on the rock again, with that smile on his face and a drum beating with him. It was saying,
To die will be an awfully big adventure.
Peter!
Hello, Neverbird.
I want you to get into the nest.
I'm sorry, I don't speak bird.
I want you to get into the nest, but I am too tired to bring it any nearer, so you must try to swim to it.
What are you quacking about? Why don't you let the nest drift as usual?
I want you to get into the nest.
What are you quacking about?
You dutter-headed little Jay. Why can't you just do as I ask?
So are you.
Shut
up! Thank you, Neverbird.
Of course, Peter breached his vessel in a place where the Neverbird would easily find it.
But the hat was such a great success that she abandoned the nest.
It drifted away till it went to pieces, and often the pirate Starkey came to shore of the lagoon.
And with many bitter feelings, watched the bird sitting on his hat.
Accursed bird!
Did you see me in the thick of the fight?
No.
We were quite busy fighting ourselves.
Fighting valiantly.
I would like to point out that I was the first to draw blood, having bravely boarded the pirate dinghy to struggle fiercely with the dread Starkey.
I got a taste of John Corkscrew right here, and I didn't cry.
I pinked that bosun Smee right back for you.
I wish Mother and Father would hurry and get here so we can tell them everything. Mother!
Oh, my dear children, how I worry for your father.
Greetings, boys!
Oh, Peter, how did you escape?
Escape from what?
Why, certain death.
Who can remember that far back? Especially when I have such important news. Tiger Lily, the High Priestess, has declared that since I saved her from some dreadful fate, her tribe is now our friend and ally.
Peter, do you even remember what you did for Tiger Lily?
I'm sure I was terribly clever.
What's that sound?
The natives are on guard up above the house. Tiger Lily wants me to smoke the pipe of peace.
It's nearly summertime.
Don't wait for me.
The 20th time, boys. You are not all to speak at once. Now, is your mug empty, slightly, darling?
Not quite empty, Mummy.
Well, John?
May I sit in Peter's chair as he's not here?
Sit in Father's chair, John. Certainly not.
Oh, for the last time, he's not really our father. He didn't even know how a father does until I showed him.
We complain of John.
Slightly is coughing on the table.
Curly is taking both butter and honey.
Slightly is speaking with his mouth full.
I complain of the twins.
I complain of Slightly.
Oh dear. I'm sure I sometimes think that spinsters are to be envied.
What's a spinster?
I know what a spinster is. I remember my nanny shaking them out of her boots.
Children, I hear your father's step. He likes you to meet him at the door.
Father, we want to dance.
Dance away, my little man.
But we want you to dance.
Me? My old bones would rattle.
And Mummy too.
What? The mother of such an armful dance?
On a Saturday night.
Of course, it is Saturday night, Peter.
People of our figure, Wendy.
But it is only among our own progeny.
True.
You may dance, children. But you must put on your nighties first.
Old lady. There's nothing more pleasant of an evening for you and me when the day's toil is over than to rest by the fire with the little ones nearby.
It is sweet, Peter, isn't it? Peter, I think Curly has your nose.
Michael takes after you.
Dear Peter, with such a large family, of course, I have now passed my best. But you don't want to change me, do you?
No, Wendy.
Peter, what is it?
I was just thinking. It is only make-believe, isn't it? That I'm their father?
Oh, yes.
You see, it would make me seem so old to be their real father.
But they are ours, Peter. Yours and mine.
But not really, Wendy.
Not if you don't wish it. Peter, what are your exact feelings to me?
Those of a devoted son, Wendy.
I thought so.
You were so queer, and Tiger Lily is just the same. There's something she wants to be to me, but she says it is not my mother.
No, indeed, it is not.
Then what is it?
It isn't for a lady to tell.
Perhaps Tinkerbell will tell me.
Oh yes, Tinkerbell will tell you. She is an abandoned little creature.
She says she glories in being abandoned. Perhaps Tink wants to be my mother.
I almost agree with her. Time for bed, my children.
And a story? Yes, Mother?
Of course, Michael. Listen then. There once was a gentleman.
I had rather he had been a lady.
I wish he had been a white rat.
Quiet. There was a lady also, and...
You mean there is a lady, don't you?
She's not dead, is she?
Oh no.
I am awfully glad she isn't dead. Are you glad, John?
Of course I am.
Are you glad, Slightly?
Rather.
Are you glad, twins?
We are glad.
Oh dear.
Little less noise there.
The gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and her name was Mrs. Darling.
I knew them.
I think I knew them.
They were married, you know. And what do you think they had?
White rats!
No.
It's awfully puzzling.
Quiet, Tootles. They had 3 descendants. Now, these 3 children had a faithful nurse called Nana. But Mr. Darling was angry with her and chained her up in the yard. And so all the children flew away.
It's an awfully good story.
They flew away to the Neverland, where the lost children are.
I just thought they did. I don't know how it is, but I just thought they did.
Oh, Wendy, was one of the lost children called Tootles?
Yes, he was.
I am in a story
Hush. Now, I want you to consider the feelings of the unhappy parents with all their children flown away.
Ooh.
Think of the empty beds.
Oh.
It's awfully sad.
I'm frightfully anxious.
If you knew how great is a mother's love, you would have no fear.
I do like a mother's love. Do you like a mother's love, Curly?
I do just.
You see, our heroine knew that the mother would always leave the window open for her children to fly back by. So they stayed away for years and had a lovely time.
Did they ever go back?
Let us now take a peep into the future. Years have rolled by. And who is this elegant lady of uncertain age alighting at London Station?
Oh, Wendy, who is she?
Can it be? Yes, no, it is the fair Wendy.
Oh!
And who are the two noble, portly figures accompanying her, now grown to a man's estate? Can they be John and Michael? They are!
Hooray!
See, dear brothers, said Wendy, pointing upwards. There is the window still standing open. Ah, now we are rewarded for our sublime faith in a mother's love. So up they flew to their mummy and daddy, and pen cannot describe the happy scene, over which we draw a veil.
Oh.
What is it, Peter? Where is it?
It isn't that kind of pain.
Then what kind is it?
Wendy, you were wrong about mothers. Long ago, I thought like you that my mother would always keep the window open for me. So I stayed away for moons and moons and moons and then flew back. But the window was barred, for my mother had forgotten all about me, and there was another little boy sleeping in my bed.
Are you sure mothers are like that?
Yes.
Wendy, let us go home.
Yes.
Not tonight.
At once? Perhaps mother is in half mourning by this time. Peter, will you make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish it.
We cannot bear to lose Wendy.
It will be worse than before she came. Let's keep her prisoner.
I chain her up.
Tootles, I appeal to you.
I am just Tootles and nobody minds me. But the first who does not behave to Wendy like an English gentleman, I will blood him severely.
Wendy, I have asked the natives to guide you through the wood, as flying tires you so.
Thank you, Peter.
Then Tinkerbell will take you across the sea. Oh, wake her slightly.
You are to get up, Tink, and take Wendy on a journey. She says she won't.
Tink, if you do not get up and dress at once, I will open the curtain, and then we shall all see you in your negligee.
Goodbye, Wendy.
Dear ones, if you will all come with me, I feel almost sure I can persuade my father and mother to adopt you.
But won't they think us rather a handful?
Oh no, it will only mean having a few beds in the drawing room. They can be hidden behind the screens on first Thursdays.
Peter, can we go?
All right.
And now, Peter, I'm going to give you your medicine before you go. Get your things, Peter.
No. I'm not going with you, Wendy.
Yes, Peter.
No!
To find your mother.
No. Perhaps she would say I was old and I just want always to be a little boy and to have fun.
But Peter.
No.
Then others must be told. Children, Peter isn't coming.
If you find your mothers, I hope you will like them. Now then, no fuss, no blubbering. Goodbye, Wendy.
You will remember about changing your flannels, Peter?
Yes.
And you will take your medicine?
Yes. Are you ready, Tinkerbell? Then lead the way. If the natives have won, they will beat the tom-tom. It is always their sign of victory.
You will never hear the tom-tom again!
Beat the tom-tom, Smee.
But Captain!
The tom-tom! A native victory!
Woo!
What is it? The boys have been captured, dragged to the pirate ship along with Wendy. Oh, I'll rescue her. But first I have to take my medicine just to please her. Why not? Poisoned. Who could have poisoned it? Don't be silly. How could Hook have got down here? Besides, I never fell asleep. Wait, Tink! How dare you drink my medicine? What is the matter with you? Oh, Tink. Did you drink it just to save me? But why, Tink? Tink, how can I save you? You think you could get well again if children believed in fairies? Oh, there are no children here. Oh, children! All who might be dreaming of the Neverland. Do you believe? If you believe, clap your hands. Don't let Tink die. Yes! Clap! Clap if you believe! Now to rescue Wendy. And tonight I swear this terrible oath. Hook or me this time.
Behold the pirate brig, the Jolly Roger.
A rakish-looking craft, foul to the hull,
with every beam in her detestable.
Hook trod the deck and thought.
In his dark nature, there was a touch of the feminine, as in all great pirates.
And it sometimes gave him intuitions. But presently, there was no time for it.
Now then, bullies. 6 of you walk the plank tonight. But I have room for 2 cabin boys. Which of you is it to be? You, boy, you look as if you have a little pluck in you. Did you ever want to be a pirate, my hearty?
I once thought of calling myself Red-Handed Jack.
And a good name too. We'll call you that here, bully, if you join.
Michael, what do you think?
What would you call me if I joined?
Blackbeard too.
What do you think, John?
Shall we be respectful subjects of the king?
We'll have to swear down with the king.
Oh, then I refuse.
And I refuse.
Rule Britannia.
That sounds your doom. Bring up the mother. Get the plank ready. So, my beauty, you want to see your children walk the plank.
Are they to die?
They are. Silence, all. For a mother's last words to her children.
These are my last words, dear boys. I feel that I have a message to you from your real mothers, and it is this. We hope our sons will die like English gentlemen.
Tie her up!
See here, honey? I promise that I'll save you if you promise to be my mother.
I would almost rather have no children at all.
Now then, you dogs! The crocodile is about to board the ship. Hide me!
Peter. It's gone, Captain. All still again.
Then here's to Johnny Plank.
Yo-ho, the flimsy plank.
You walk along it so.
Till it goes down and you go down.
To Davy Jones below.
Do you want a touch of the cat o' nine tails before you walk the plank?
No.
Yes.
Fetch the cat, Jukes. It's in the cabin.
Aye, Captain.
Yo-ho, the scratching cat.
Its tails are 9, you know.
And when they're writ upon your back,
What was that? What's the matter with Bill Jukes, you dog?
The matter with him is he's dead. Stabbed.
Bill Jukes dead?
The cabin's as black as a pit. There's something terrible in there. The thing you heard crowing.
Kiko, you go back and fetch me that doodle-doo.
No!
Did you say you would go, Kiko?
No!
Steph, I don't fish. Who is to fetch me out that doodle-doo?
Wait till Keko comes out.
I think I heard you volunteer, Starkey.
No! By thunder!
My hook thinks you did. I wonder if it would not be advisable to humour the hook, Starkey.
I'll swing before I go in there.
Is this mutiny? Starkey's ringleader.
Captain, mercy.
Shake hands, Starkey. And now, did any other gentlemen say mutiny? Fine. I'll fetch out that doodle-doo myself. Something blew out the light.
what of Secco?
He's as dead as can be.
They do say the surest sign of a ship's a cruised is when there's one on board more than can be accounted for. The ship's doomed!
Lads, now, here's a notion. Open the cabin door and drive them in. Let them fight the doodle-doo for their lives. If they kill him, so much the better. If he kills them, we're none the worse.
A pretty notion, Captain.
Lads, I've thought it out. There's a Jonah aboard. It's the girl. Never was much luck on a pirate ship with a woman on board. We'll right the ship when she's gone. Fling the girl overboard!
There's none can save you now, missy.
There's one.
Who's that?
Peter Pan the Avenger.
Climb him to the brisket!
Down, boys, and at them.
Now!
Put up your swords, boys. This man is mine.
So, Pan, this is all you're doing.
Aye, James Hook, it is all my doing.
Proud and insolent youth. Prepare to be thunder!
Dark and sinister, ma'am. Have at me!
Pan, what art thou?
I'm youth. I'm joy. I'm a little bird that has broken out of the egg.
Toot again! Run. Form.
And directly into the jaws of the silent crocodile.
Thus perished James Hook.
Now, me hearties, to the mainland!
We must now return to that desolate home from which 3 of our characters took heartless flight so long ago.
If we had returned sooner to look with sorrowful sympathy at Mrs. Darling,
She would probably have cried.
Don't be silly. What do I matter? Do go back and keep an eye on the children.
So long as mothers are like this, their children will take advantage of them.
Look at Mrs. Darling in her chair, where she has fallen asleep.
Suppose, to make her happy, we whisper to her in sleep that the brats are coming back.
They are really within 2 miles of the window now and flying strong.
But all we need whisper is that they are on the way.
Let's.
Oh, Nana, I dreamt my dear ones had come back. George, you are as full of remorse as ever, aren't you?
Full of remorse as ever, dearest. See my punishment? Living in a kennel.
But it is punishment, isn't it, George? Surely you are not enjoying it?
My love.
I beg your pardon, my love.
Won't you play me to sleep on the day nursery piano? And shut that window. I feel a drought.
George, you must never ask me to do that. The window must always be left open for them. Always, always.
It is I who must beg your pardon, my love.
Quick, Tink. Close the window. Bar it. That's right. Now, you and I must get away by the door. And when Wendy comes, she will think her mother has barred her out. And she will have to go back with me. It's Wendy's mother. You will never see Wendy again, lady, for the window is barred. The lady is crying. She wants me to unbar the window, but I won't. Not I. She's awfully fond of Wendy. I'm fond of her too. We can't both have her, lady. All right. Come on, Tink. We don't want any silly mothers.
It's Mother! Oh, then are you not really our mother, Wendy?
oh dear, it was quite time we came back.
Oh, my dear ones, I have seen you in your bed so often in my dreams. And I must be dreaming still. That's Wendy. That's John. That's Michael! George!
My darlings.
Hello, Wendy.
Mother, Father, these are the lost boys of the Neverland.
We counted to 500, then came up.
We used the stair.
Because we thought it would make a better impression.
Oh, Wendy's mother, will you have us?
Of course I will have you.
I must say that you don't do things by halves.
Do you think we should be too much of a handful, sir?
Because if so, we can go away.
Father,
we can lie doubled up.
I always cut their hair myself.
George!
In truth, I'm as glad to have them as you are. But I just thought they should ask for my consent as well as yours instead of treating me as a non-entity in my own house.
I don't think he is a non-entity. Do you think he is a non-entity, Curly?
No, I don't. Do you think he is a non-entity slightly?
Rather not.
Then follow the leader.
Hello, Wendy. Goodbye.
Oh dear, are you going away?
Yes.
You don't feel, Peter, that you would like to say anything to my parents about a very sweet subject?
No.
About me, Peter?
No.
You won't forget me, Peter, will you?
Of course I won't, Wendy.
Peter did come for spring cleaning, but the strange thing is, he had never knew he had missed a year.
Wendy flew away with Peter in the frock she had woven from leaves and berries in the Neverland.
Her one fear was that he might notice how short it had become.
But he never noticed. He had so much to say about himself.
She had looked forward to thrilling talks with him of old times.
But new adventures had crowded the old ones from his mind.
Who is Captain Hook?
Don't you remember how you killed him and saved all our lives?
I forget them after I kill them.
The next year, he did not come for her. She waited in a new frock because the old one simply would not fit. But he never came. Until one night...
Hello, Wendy.
Hello, Peter.
Hello. Oh, where's John?
John is not here now.
Is Michael asleep?
That is not Michael.
Oh, hello. Is it a new one?
Yes.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Ah, yes.
Peter, are you expecting me to fly away with you?
Of course. That's why I've come. Have you forgotten that this is spring cleaning time?
I can't come. I have forgotten how to fly.
I'll soon teach you again.
Oh, Peter, don't waste the fairy dust on me.
What is it?
I will turn up the light, and you can see for yourself.
Don't turn up the light! What is it?
I am old, Peter. I am ever so much more than 20. I grew up long ago.
You promised not to.
I couldn't help it. I'm a married woman, Peter.
No, you're not.
Yes, and the little girl in the bed is my baby, Jane.
No, she's not.
Boy, why are you crying?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Peter Pan.
Yes, I know.
I came back for my mother to take her to the Neverland.
Yes, I know. I've been waiting for you.
She is my mother.
You so need a mother.
Yes, I know. No one knows it so well as I.
Goodbye.
No, no.
It's just for spring cleaning time.
He wants me to do his spring cleaning.
If only I could go with you.
But you see, you can't fly.
Of course, in the end, Wendy let them fly away together.
Our last glimpse of her shows her at the window, watching them receding into the sky.
Until they are small as stars.
As you look at Wendy, you may see her hair becoming white.
And her figure a little bit, for all this happened long ago.
Jane is now a common grown-up.
With a daughter called Margaret.
And every spring cleaning time.
Except when he forgets.
Peter comes for Margaret and takes her to the Neverland.
She tells him stories about himself.
When Margaret grows up.
Who is to be Peter's mother in turn.
And thus it will go on.
So long as children are carefree and innocent and heartless.